Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have the ultimate challenge in front of me, which is to process 88 pounds of apples. First, let me tell you how I got all these apples because it was no easy job. I'm following a local co-op group in Oklahoma, and they made a post last night. They said we need 3 to 5 able-bodied, healthy adults to come sort apples because they had their apples in these giant bins outside in the sun, and they wanted to put them in their cold room, and they needed help. So they said they paid $10 an hour cash and you get to take home some apples as payment. And I thought, well, I'm not doing anything tonight and I can just pack PB&J for dinner. So I drove an hour to go do this, all for $10 an hour cash and the possibility of a lot of apples. And it did not disappoint. So what they had us do is they had us put all the good apples in crates to put in their cold room, and then the bad apples, the ones that are obviously bruised or have blemishes on them, nobody's gonna buy those. So they said just put them in a bag, take it home, do whatever you want with it. So I did that, and I had 3 huge bags, which resulted in 88 pounds. So maybe after I cut all the ugly spots off, cut the cores out and the skin, maybe it's 80 pounds of apples. Still, it's a lot of apples. My plan is to process as many as humanly possible. I have these 2 canning books. I have bookmarked 4 different recipes. First thing I'm gonna start out doing is pie filling. Here's my little cheat sheet. So I'm gonna do 7 quarts of pie filling twice, and that'll need 14 pounds of apples. And then I have another bookmark for applesauce, so 8 pints of applesauce, and then 6 quarts of apple juice. And then the very last thing is apples and syrup. I don't want to pull this out and lose what page I'm on. Apples and syrup, I don't really know what that is, but I'm assuming it's kind of like when you go to the store and get a can of peaches. That's what I'm chalking that up to. Even if I did all of those recipes, it still only uses up about 64 pounds of apples, and there's still so many left over. But I assume we're going to eat a lot of them, just cut off the gross part or the little hole or whatever is happening on that apple, and we'll just eat it because they are so good. They're juicy. The skin is not thick like those apples I get from Walmart. The skin is really thick and kind of hard to eat. I don't know what they're doing to those apples, but whatever they're doing, they don't taste very good. Yo, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I am throwing the scraps in a bowl for a friend to give to her chickens. Shout out Keisha's chickens. And then I'm just going to cut them a few times and put them in this bowl of lemon water. That was so cool. And then like this, it's still a little bit ugly, but I can just cut it off easy. I'm still only step 1 in making pie filling, and I'm already overthinking it. I just texted a friend who also does canning to double check that I'm reading the recipe right, because I am thinking, how am I going to can 7 quarts if I can only fit 2 quarts worth of apples in my pots for softening and cooking them up and reducing the liquid? I'm just thinking this is going to be impossible. But I'm going to get my pot ready anyways, just in case, because I very well may be processing 2 quart cans at a time. Unless I can figure this out. So what I can do is I'm going to peel these super quick, throw them in. That way they can be cooking at the same time. Alright guys, I've kind of figured out a routine. It really is going to be 2 quarts in, 2 quarts out, 2 quarts in, 2 quarts out. Shout out to my friend Bethany because she saved me from having a mental breakdown and quitting the whole thing. Friends, I don't even want to know how long I've been canning this pie filling, but luckily I'm on my last pot of cooking it. Everything is sticky, and I mean, if that's the worst that happened is it took a long time and everything's sticky, I'm pretty pleased with it because there weren't any disasters and I did get a good groove of what needs to be done. These are all the apples that are left, and I just took like a chunk out of this, and then the girls like chose random apples. Still a lot to go. Keisha's chickens will be happy. Well guys, I don't have anything else to say besides my legs are tired from standing, and I think I bit off more than I can chew with getting all these apples. I just grabbed a bunch assuming that I would only be able to salvage half an apple or 3/4 of an apple. Once I do that apple peeler, can't see anything. It looks like a normal apple under the skin. So, I'm not really trashing a lot, which is a good thing. Tomorrow I will be tackling applesauce. I've never made applesauce. I'm gonna make 8 pints of it, hopefully with this recipe of, let's see. I'm gonna double the recipe because it makes 4 pints. I can handle that because I've been doing that for a lot of today. So, applesauce tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Bye.